Hi everyone, Bobby Casey here. Thank you for joining me on today's edition of my channel, Business Anywhere. So today we are going to discuss what are the best states for forming your LLC. This is always a hot topic. I get this from clients all the time. They're always trying to figure out which state they should form their LLC in. And oftentimes when you go to, let's say your local attorney, let's say you live in Kansas, you go to your local attorney there in Kansas, and by default, they're going to tell you 9 times out of 10, you need to form your LLC in Kansas because you live in Kansas. Well, in some cases, that might be true, but not in all cases. So, for example, the reasons you might want to form the LLC in your state where you live is if your business has nexus. Nexus means your physical connection to that state. So let's say you have an office or a warehouse or you have employees or that type of thing. Or let's say you have a plumbing business with your trucks driving around doing plumbing services in your local community. That would constitute nexus. And if you have a business with nexus in the state of Kansas, you need to have your business registered in the state of Kansas because you need to do things like withhold payroll tax for your employees and pay state income tax for your business, that sort of thing. However, oftentimes, especially when we're talking about asset protection or virtual businesses, remote businesses, consulting, e-commerce, these types of things, you won't have nexus in your state. And so without nexus, you might want to think about optimizing your business structure for the things you're doing and what your goals are. So for example, oftentimes when I'm talking to clients who have investment assets like real estate or maybe stock portfolios or these types of things, oftentimes I recommend a Wyoming LLC. Wyoming is the first state in the US to have an LLC, limited liability company, and they have the oldest statutes, and they also have statutes that protect the assets of a single member LLC the same like a multi-member LLC. Many states don't protect the assets in a single member LLC. They consider it a disregarded entity, and they could basically just easily pierce that corporate veil and take the assets. For example, if you're sued in certain states like Illinois and you have a single member LLC, the courts in Illinois, and let's say you have a piece of real estate in there. Let's say that real estate's worth $1 million. You get sued for $1 million, and the court says, well, this guy has a piece of real estate. It's held in an LLC, but it's a single member LLC. So the court in that case can actually just disregard the LLC structure altogether and take the asset from you, or the court can actually make the claimant or your creditor, your partner, and then they can claim assets in the LLC. So the court has different options. In Wyoming, they do not allow you to, basically, they don't allow creditors to go after or disregard the LLC itself. In other words, the LLC as a single member is treated as if it was a multi-member. So Wyoming is an excellent state for holding assets. Oftentimes people talk about Delaware. Delaware is a good entity if you are going to be raising money or if you're going to be getting substantial credit lines, because Delaware has a unique court system within the state that's only for business court. And so oftentimes financial companies, banks, and financial providers and investors and that sort of thing look favorably upon Delaware registered companies, because if there's ever a dispute, the Delaware business court system is quite business friendly. So if you're raising money or you are going to be getting big credit lines, that sort of thing, Delaware can be favorable. Nevada is also very similar to Wyoming. Personally, I prefer Wyoming over Nevada, only because Wyoming doesn't require a business license like Nevada does, a state business license. Otherwise, their statutes are more or less equal. New Mexico is also a unique option because they have very strict privacy laws. In fact, as registered agent, when we register companies for clients, as your registered agent, I'm not even required to know or keep track of who you are as my client. Whereas most states, as your registered agent, we are required by state law to maintain records on our clients, whereas New Mexico doesn't even require it. So from a privacy standpoint, New Mexico is really, really great. Some states that are quite bad are California, New York, Illinois. I would never do an LLC in those states unless you absolutely needed to because of Nexus. So anyway, I hope this helps, and like and follow our channel, and please share, and stay tuned for our next video. Thanks. Have a great day.